Hello, Pisces, Pisces Sun, Rising, and Moon. I'm Poetic Heretic, and this is your February 2019 tarot forecast. So we will be looking at your life in general, a general reading that includes the areas of love, money, and health, and everything else. It is a general reading, however, if you really want specifics, then you would have to schedule or not schedule, but you'd have to come find me for a personal reading when I go live, doing live readings for donations of any of those streams, which I'll talk about at the end if you're interested. So, we would like a Celtic Cross forecast for the sign of Pisces, for all individuals vibrating on the frequency that is Pisces, for the month of February 2019. Let's see what we get. What will be for Pisces in February 2019? Let us see what is in the cards. Literally, what is in the cards for all Pisces individuals, February 2019. Wow, you guys are just rocking and rolling. Is that it? Is that it? That's it. Wow. It's a very tight lock. All right, your current outside influences at the beginning of the month: the Seven of Wands, the Challenge, Six of Pentacles reverse, the underlying energy forming a foundation for your current situation, the Three of Pentacles reversed, the past, the Knight of Swords reversed, what you hope to achieve, the King of Cups, the near future, the Hierophant, your attitude or position on the situation, the Six of Swords reversed, the outside force coming in, the Hermit reversed, hopes or fears, Justice, and your final outcome card is Death. All right. Looks like a very dynamic spread, so let us get right into it. So, beginning the month of February with the Seven of Wands here, your current outside influences. This card talks about needing to stand one's ground against opposition. Often it is taking a moral stance, or you may feel that you have to establish some boundaries with people, meaning your preferences differ from someone else's preferences. This is you taking a stand, essentially. And in many cases, it is you're trying to, or maybe more than trying, maybe effectively doing the act of staying above it all. So, not a bad card to begin the month. You're standing your ground. For the challenge, you have the Six of Pentacles, and it did come up reversed. So when we're looking at Six of Pentacles reversed for the challenge, or just Six of Pentacles in general for the challenge, this card talks about rewards coming in for work well done and integrity and stuff like that. And so getting like the financial payoff that you have been seeking could be a particular challenge this month. Also, let me see here, Six of Pentacles reversed. That's also going to talk about sixth house matters, so your health. So you might want to be extra careful to take care of your health this month. Be sure to rest if necessary. I'm seeing that also with some later cards here that we will get to. Get more rest if you feel that you need to, if you feel too stressed or whatever, that sort of thing. That's what we have there. So for the underlying energy, the Three of Pentacles reversed, this is representing everything that forms a foundation of your current situation and also your immediate environment. Well, this card reversed is often indicating the energy of monotony, of like unfulfilling work, basically. So either you're feeling that way or people around you are feeling that way, maybe both, especially like at a workplace, like you and your coworkers may be feeling that the work you're doing is very unfulfilling at this time and you need like a change of pace or something like that. Now, in some cases, and I guess I would say also maybe in context of what we've seen thus far in the spread, this can talk about a lack of cooperation, a lack of collaboration, people not working together with you or working together with each other. And that might even be why you felt like you've had to sort of take a stand this month and or establish some boundaries, let people know where you draw the line. For the past, you have the Knight of Swords reversed. So there may have been a situation recently where you did not see things clearly, where there was some kind of misunderstanding, being caught up perhaps too much in illusion, either you yourself or someone else, or both perhaps. This could also in some cases indicate conflict with an adult male air sign. That would be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. So if you have had those experiences, the cards are basically saying that what we see here in this month has grown out of those recent experiences. Next up, what you hope to achieve, the King of Cups. So another court card. This would represent an adult male water sign. So Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. For some of you, you might even be looking at yourself perhaps, hoping to be the best you can be. But other than that, this card talks about the idea of achieving balance and stability with one's emotions, emotional stability, understanding of one's emotions, emotional introspection, emotional intelligence, being introverted and sensitive, psychological insight, even the idea of therapist or a guru or something like that is often how the King of Cups can manifest someone who has a deep understanding of the emotional and psychological realms, a deep understanding of the psyche. And so you may be focused upon getting that understanding yourself or seeking someone out who can help you gain that understanding about yourself, like maybe even seeing a therapist or something like that, perhaps if you feel the need for that. Or it could just be, again, finding that emotional stability in yourself through understanding your own emotions, which is always a good idea. For the near future, you have the Hierophant. Well, this could be an interesting situation that develops in the first week or two of the month for you. this could see you're finding like a new group that you end up being a part of, a new, perhaps sort of religious or spiritual type of group, or maybe just even another type of group, but often this has religious and spiritual connotations. That you end up feeling very connected with. Now, in other cases, this card, of course, will talk about the idea of order, practicality, stability, the sort of down to earth world, the practical world, physical reality, facts, the status quo. So maybe things somewhat getting back to normal early on this month if they haven't been so normal. Of course, this card is also going to talk about groups of all kinds, and even the idea of group conformity, which is in contrast to the Seven of Wands we saw earlier. So maybe at this point, you're able to relax a bit and not feel like you have to be on the defensive so much or whatever in the first 1 or 2 weeks of the month. But it's a very powerful card. It can also mean the exploration of belief systems, which might tie into the King of Cups that we just went over. So it's always a good idea, regardless, to get in touch with your belief systems and realizing that your beliefs form your reality. And if you have negative beliefs and definitions, find out why you have them and find out if they really serve you anymore or if you can perhaps release them. For your attitude or position on the situation, about halfway through the month, you have the Six of Swords reversed. So here we're talking about the idea of feeling like you need to move on from something that you're not quite so sure that you're ready to move on from. This can also indicate a feeling of stagnation, blockage, restriction, things of this nature. So let's see here. Let me look at the context of the other cards. Yeah, it's like you may feel like even though you're making definite effort to sort of get the energy moving, you might feel like there's just still stagnation. There's still blockage, and it's challenging to overcome. But that is what you want to do this month. You do want to overcome such restrictions. So for the outside force coming in, you have the Hermit reversed. This is someone or something coming at you. Well, the Hermit reverse is very interesting because we're going to be talking about the idea of health again, for one thing. And with this being a reversal, this could be basically a doctor giving you a misdiagnosis. So be careful with that. Or if you're trying to diagnose yourself, you've always got to be super careful with that. It's not generally a good idea to diagnose yourself. There could be errors in doing so. And of course, again, we saw this earlier with the Six of Pentacles for your challenge card. Other than that, there's, more generally speaking, the idea of incorrect evidence, wrong conclusions, incorrect data coming your way that could confuse you, that could leave you in a state of illusion. So don't fall for it, basically speaking, is what I'm saying. Other than that, this card in its reversal could point to someone around you who feels lonely, who feels withdrawn, who feels cut off from the world, but somehow they end up coming into your experience, and maybe you can help them. So let's see. Hey there, everyone in the chat. Welcome to the stream. All right, so for your hopes or fears, you have the Justice card. Interesting, considering what we were just looking over. Well, the Justice card talks all about seeing clearly and seeing objectively, seeing both sides, clear sight, clear logical thinking, and we were just talking about the idea of possibly incorrect evidence and bad information coming your way. And so, yeah, there seems to be something surrounding that this month. You're hoping that you can see clearly, that you're not going to be dissuaded by bad information. That's not good information, as I once heard someone say. So there's that. If any of you are involved in legal cases, of course, this would be the hope that you get a favorable verdict, a favorable outcome. Which, from what we're seeing here, oh boy, that's a tough one to say if that would go favorably or not, because you've got some mixed energy here. But well, let's just go over the outcome card and see what conclusions we can draw from that. Your final outcome card is Death. This is how you're finishing up the month of February 2019 with the card of Death, the card that everyone is afraid of for no good reason. So this is talking about, interesting how it ties into the King of Cups from earlier, transformation, getting in touch with the deeper unconscious parts of yourself, letting what's no longer working die so that the new can take its place. This card is ruled by Scorpio. That Scorpio energy is that of life and death, of death and rebirth. You have to embrace death as a part of life and metaphorical death so that new life can be born, so that the new can take place, so that the new can develop at all. So with the King of Cups connection earlier, this could also be the idea of deep emotional healing. Like since you're reaching for that King of Cups, that's what you hope to achieve this month. And it talks about the idea of an emotional understanding. Well, this card talks about deep emotional healing. It's very similar. You may indeed get what you are reaching for this month if you're wanting to heal from something or just understand yourself better, understand your emotions better. It's also the idea of transformation. Usually, I mean, I've got to be honest, in my interpretation of this card over the years, a positive transformation, or at least the way I see it is, even if it's difficult to go through, it's still ultimately going to be positive because it's breaking down what is no longer working so that what can work and what does work will come and take its place. So that's how I see that. I just don't see the death card as often that negative. It can manifest negatively, but you know, people blow it out of proportion all the time, it would seem. So, but as for, like we were saying earlier about any legal case, would this mean that you would necessarily get a favorable outcome for a legal case? Well, not per se, but it would say that the overall situation will ultimately be very much to your benefit. So, take that for what it's worth. So that's about it, Pisces. Thanks so much for watching. If you'd like a personal reading with me, again, I do regularly go live on this channel doing live tarot readings for donations of any amount. You can donate even just $1 and I'll give you a tarot reading on any question that you want, any subject of your choice. Usually I do that on Wednesdays, sometimes also Mondays and Saturdays. That is by no means a fixed schedule, however. But if you're interested in that and you want to watch for those streams, you can subscribe to me if you're not already subscribed and look for those streams. Just come on into the chat, donate $1 or more if you want to PayPal, through PayPal or Super Chat, and I'll be happy to give you a tarot reading on anything you want. So thanks again for being here, Pisces. Looks like it's going to be quite the powerful, dynamic month for you. Also, happy birthday for those Pisces people celebrating their birthdays this month. Happy birthday, indeed. I hope it goes well for you. I know we went through some kind of crazy stuff in this reading, but I think there's still a lot of room for enjoying yourself this month. So do that. Get in touch with your emotions. Engage in that powerful shadow work if that is what you feel called to do, and enjoy your powerful, deep, intense transformation. All right, so now I'm going to read the chat now that we're done with the main reading. Death is just changing views. That is very true. 38 cats every day in Cyprus. Oh boy, That sounds really cool. Hermit card can refer to pets, funny enough. Pray to a Christ I don't believe in, my cat lived against all odds. Well, that's good that your cat survived, at least. Of course, I guess ultimately there is no such thing as death, right? So, so there's that idea. Sorry for being awkward. No, you're not awkward. Don't worry about it. You're fine. So, I guess that's about it for now. I don't know. After this, am I gonna go live and do some tarot readings, live tarot readings for donations? I might do that. Just have to see if I feel up for it. It's been a long day doing all these readings, but maybe I will. There were people earlier who wanted some. Otherwise, I'll be back on Saturday doing a tarot card analysis stream. We'll be looking at the Temperance card, also known as the Art card. And maybe after that, I'll do some live readings that day or night. All right, so sorry for seeming nuts. That's okay.